With this being the most important transit this year and Jupiter being under the mutual aspect of Ketu, this is one important transit that we all need to watch out for.
Please like my videos, please subscribe to my channel, and please press the bell icon so that you get to know when my latest video has come. And to learn more and to find a video relevant to you, please do check out my videos list.
Hello, namaskar and adab to all my friends from your friend astrologer and guide Irfan, once more with you from your very own channel Astro Assurance. Last year we had, beginning of the year, we had the transit of Saturn in January 2023. Then end of the year, roughly around end of October, we had the transit of Rahu and Ketu. However, this year 2004, out of the major transits which are Saturn, Rahu, Ketu and Jupiter, the only transit that is going to happen this year is going to be that of Jupiter. After Jupiter's annual transit last year, which was an Aries sign, this year Jupiter roughly or just over a month, or maybe beginning of May, 1st of May roughly, Jupiter is going to transit into the sign of Taurus, the money sign of Taurus. So, when Jupiter goes into the money sign of Taurus, it is going to be under the mutual aspect of Ketu from Virgo, and it is going to remain under the mutual aspect of Virgo from Ketu from Virgo till next year, at least till March, and then its transit away from Taurus is going to be in Gemini sign, but it's going to be mid-May, which means almost for the next 10 months surely Ketu and Jupiter will be under each other's mutual aspect. So this transit becomes very, very important because Jupiter is going into the money sign of Taurus, into the sign of nutrition, into the sign of livelihood, into the sign of a remuneration. So this transit becomes important. And so let's jump in and see for different ascendant signs, Jupiter's transit into Taurus, what does it bring for us? What possibilities, what opportunities it brings for us? So first, when Jupiter goes into the sign of Taurus for Aries ascendant native, we can see that Jupiter is aspecting or will be aspecting your 6th house of service. It will be aspecting your 8th house of upheavals, of transformations, of changes in Scorpio sign, and Jupiter will also be aspecting from the 2nd house of income to the 10th house of livelihood. So this is going to be very important because Jupiter will create opportunities and will influence the career, will influence upheavals, challenges, changes in your life. It will also influence both competition from others, people working behind your back, inimical people, but also service. Why service becomes very important? Because Jupiter is aspecting both your 6th house of service as well as your 10th house of career. So career and service are getting linked here. And because Jupiter is also aspecting the 8th house, so Jupiter will try and overcome or help you overcome challenges coming from others, from competition, and help you get on with your career. So this is a good placement for you. However, this is also a placement where you will have to work hard to be able to overcome competition and challenges. For one side, you can see that Jupiter also rules your 9th house of long distance travel. Jupiter also rules the 9th house of gains through its Sagittarius signs lordship. But Jupiter also rules the 12th house of waste and excess. And because Jupiter is going to be under the 9th aspect of Ketu from the 6th house of service, so this year is not going to be easy for Aries ascendant native, especially from service point of view, career point of view. But it is surely going to bring about an opportunity of change. Service within your current company may not be easy. Moving up, getting a promotion, getting acknowledgement, getting appreciated may not be easy. If you have been somebody who has really worked hard, then it may come by to you because Saturn's 3rd aspect is on the Lagna and will remain aspecting the Lagna till next year March, when Saturn transits away from Aquarius and into your Pisces sign. So this is important because Saturn is giving you an opportunity that if you really worked hard, Then Jupiter's transit into Taurus, the money sign of Taurus, will create opportunities for you in your livelihood, will create opportunities for you in renewed nutrition, will create opportunities for you also from higher remuneration also, because Jupiter expands the house and the denotations of the house that it gets into. So getting into the money sign of Taurus, surely Jupiter is helping you, egging on the ability to be able to get the right acknowledgement and get better livelihood. But at the same time, we can also see that Jupiter's aspect on Scorpio is also accompanied by Rahu's aspect also on the Scorpio sign, and Saturn's aspect also on the Scorpio sign. Now this is important because when three, Jupiter, Rahu and Saturn, all three major entities, the slow moving entities, are aspecting the same sign, especially where Jupiter's 7th aspect is falling, then because Saturn's 10th aspect is also falling on Scorpio sign and Rahu's 9th aspect is also falling, which is the sign of gains. Saturn's 10th aspect means related to career, related to your karma. Jupiter's 7th aspect is the aspect of others. Everybody who is working away from you, or those people who you deal on a day-to-day basis. So there, changes are coming in through transformation. Rahu is helping in the transformation. Saturn is creating opportunities of career because Saturn is also aspecting your Lagna. Jupiter's 7th aspect is creating prosperity, is also creating expansion. So how it is going to help you is that there may be an opportunity for change and transformation surely this year. So if you're up to it, if you've really worked hard, and if you have if you look out for that kind of a change, and if you are really gung-ho about change, you want that change, then if you are making an effort, if you're looking out for a change, then the opportunity of change, the zodiac will surely give you. So this is a good thing for you. However, keep in mind that from June, Saturn will be getting retrograde. Roughly end of June, Saturn will get retrograde and will remain retrograde till almost mid-November. And Jupiter will also go retrograde for roughly about 4 months, from beginning of October till February. So those months are maybe the ones where you have to watch out for, where things may slow down. So at least when Jupiter moves into Taurus sign beginning of March, beginning of May, and till mid-June, or maybe even a couple of months afterwards, opportunity there. So make use of it while the sun is still shining. Now for Taurus ascendant natives, Jupiter is going to move right into your Lagna, away from your 12th house in the first week of May, roughly 1st of May. And Jupiter's aspect will be on your 7th house, the Scorpio sign. Jupiter's 5th aspect will be on Virgo sign, your 5th house. And Jupiter's 9th aspect will be on the 9th house in the Capricorn sign, the sign of its debilitation. So the opportunity that Jupiter is going to create is one, because Jupiter brings prosperity, will usually brings gains. So Jupiter's transit into the Taurus sign in the Lagna is also giving an opportunity of all-round development, all-round gain for you as well. So what it means is, because it is the Taurus sign, so Jupiter will first create an opportunity for renewed prosperity, for livelihood, increments also. However, you will have to be careful of where the increment is coming from, because for some of you, those people who are in service, you may also get an opportunity of promotion, but the opportunity of gaining or higher increments may come only from a change that you do outside of the organization. Within the organization, the increment may not be very high. So keep that in mind. The second thing why the change may not be easy is because Jupiter's 5th aspect is on the 5th house. 5th house is the 8th house to the 10th house. So Jupiter is protective of change not happening. However, Ketu's 9th aspect being on the Lagna, on the Taurus sign, so Ketu is surely pushing for change or giving an opportunity of change if you work hard towards it. So once Jupiter goes into the Lagna, the zodiac is surely creating opportunities for you to make a change if you really want, if you're not very happy and satisfied in the current job. However, you will have to make sure that the increments that you are getting, if you're making that change, if you're looking for an opportunity outside of the current organization in another new one, then you're careful where you're taking the opportunity and taking an opportunity only because of high increment may not be the most wisest of things. So keep that in mind. Especially because Jupiter's ninth aspect of gains is on the Capricorn sign, which means a lot of hard work. Capricorn sign is a sign of hard work, dedication, commitment, and over a period of time, gains coming to you. So gains can surely come to you, but you'll have to really fight for it. You'll have to ask for it. You'll have to look out for it. Especially because Saturn also being in your 10th house in the Aquarius sign, Saturn has slowed things down. Saturn is not making things easy for you. At least where your karma, your work, your career is concerned. Okay, and Ketu is asking or allowing you for those opportunities of change, but not easy changes. You'll have to make an effort. Now, what is important is Jupiter's 7th aspect being on the 7th house in the sign of Scorpio, which means an opportunity for new relations may also come in, especially for women. This may be a time where they have to relook at the relationship. So, number of women will relook at whether they are in the right relation, whether they are dating the right person, whether they want to remain married to the person they are with. So, all these questions will come. Thoughts will surely come to them. One aspect of that could also be related to money, because Jupiter will be aspecting the 7th house of Scorpio, the sign of change or transformation, from the money sign of Taurus, from the Lagna. So some women who feel that the relationship is not serving them, it's not helping them, they don't feel it is adding any value to them as a person, in their status, in their well-being, in their peace of mind, then they may relook at whether they want to be in the relationship or not, especially because Ketu being in the 5th house of romance. So a relook at romance, relook at relations may also happen because of this. And why this becomes very, very important is because Rahu and Saturn both will also be aspecting the Scorpio sign and the 7th house. So when Jupiter moves into Taurus, it is creating an opportunity for better relations. Now the better relations can be in the current relationship itself, where you sit down as a couple, you talk to the person. I mean, women are talking to the person and then ironing out differences, ironing out any challenges, and that may also happen. So that way the discussion may happen, the communication will surely happen related to relationship, and something will give, some change may come about, something for the better may come about, or rethink on the relationship may also come about. I'm not saying the relationship will break, but the chances that there is some big change, transformation, upheaval in the relationship or from the relationship may also happen. So overall, a good period for Taurus ascendant natives from a increment, money, relationship point of view, and career point of view, as long as you're willing to put in the effort, willing to have the communication. Keep in mind that Saturn will be going retrograde from June till November, and Jupiter will be going retrograde from beginning of October till beginning of February. So these are the months where things may slow down for Taurus ascendant natives. Now for Gemini ascendant natives, Jupiter will be moving away from your 11th house into your 12th house, and from the 12th house, Jupiter will be aspecting the transiting Ketu in the 4th house, and then your 6th house in Scorpio sign, and then your 8th house in the sign of Capricorn, is the sign of its debilitation. So what are the opportunities Jupiter is creating? First, because Jupiter rules the 10th house and getting into the 12th house, so it is surely creating opportunities of working in foreign lands, foreign consulting companies, or consulting foreign companies, or even going abroad. So surely a foreign element is coming into the picture. Secondly, because Ketu is transiting in your 4th house since almost 6 months, so it is also creating an opportunity of residence also shifting because of a job change also, or some change in career, because of 10th lord going into the 12th house of either waste and excess or foreign lands, and Ketu going keeping you away or creating opportunities of moving away from your residence. So that opportunity surely being created for a number of people. But this is for those people who really worked hard to go abroad or do something abroad, or work in a larger organization, larger brand in multinational corporation. This is because Saturn is placed in your 9th house. And so long distance travel, which the 9th house brings, may come in only if you have worked hard for it. For example, you have applied for visas if you want to go abroad. If you for students, if you have applied for high universities, if you want to study abroad. So if the hard work has been done over a period of time, then the result may come to you. Now, important thing is Jupiter's ninth aspect of gains is from the 8th house. And in the sign of Capricorn is debilitation. So Jupiter is also protecting you from sudden upheavals, sudden changes, sudden challenges as well. But gains may also unexpectedly come for people of Gemini rising sign. The important thing is that Jupiter's 7th aspect is on the Scorpio side, where Rahu and Saturn are also aspecting. Now what this means is that Rahu is creating an opportunity of something related to the career giving way, because Rahu is aspecting with its 9th aspect the sign of Scorpio. Scorpio is transformation, of change. And because Rahu is in the sign of Pisces ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter is going to move into the 12th house and will aspect the same sign, and Saturn's 10th aspect is going to be on Scorpio sign in the 6th house. So an opportunity for a change in service. So a change in service connected to foreign lands, connected to foreign companies, connected to foreign consulting may also come in, especially with Ketu being in the 4th house and mutually aspecting Jupiter. So overall, a good year for moving to foreign lands, high increments, change in work, atmosphere, change in your career because of Jupiter's aspecting the sign of Scorpio along with Rahu and Saturn. Saturn's 10th aspect being in there, and Jupiter being the 10th lord and moving into the 12th house, or Rahu being placed there. Now keep in mind that Saturn is going to be retrograde from end of June this year till mid-November, and Jupiter will be retrograde from beginning of October till beginning of February. So those months will be slightly slackening down or slowing down. So those periods where Jupiter and Saturn are more direct, please make the best use of it, because this is going to be overall a good time for Gemini ascendant natives, where Jupiter is going to be protective of expenses, of issues, but also those people who have worked hard, an opportunity for career, for increments, for nutrition is also, and for gains is also coming for Gemini rising sign people. Now for Cancer rising sign people, what is important is that Jupiter is moving away from your 10th house of career, where it was under the aspect of Saturn. The third aspect of Saturn was on Jupiter for almost the entire 9 to 10 months last year. So now what is important is that because Jupiter was under the aspect of Saturn not only 9 to 10 months, almost in fact throughout the year, and now when Jupiter is moving away from the sign of Aries and into the 11th house, so Saturn's third aspect will cease on Jupiter. So Jupiter is being released from the clutches of Saturn in a way. However, what is important is Jupiter is going into the 11th house of societal gains, large society, large organization. So Jupiter is going into the 11th house in the sign of Taurus, in the money sign, and expanding it, which means a lot of you may have an opportunity of increment after growing within the organization, or an opportunity also of moving away from your current department into another department. So that offer may also come for you, and that opportunity may also come for you. So keep an eye out for those opportunities. Secondly, Jupiter moving into the 11th house means an opportunity from a larger firm, a more recognized firm, a larger brand may also come for some of you, and that may also bring in a change of opportunity with good increments also. So keep an eye out also for that. This is also important because Rahu is placed in the sign ruled by Jupiter, which is the sign of Pisces, and Rahu is also in the sign of Pisces in the 9th house of gains and is aspecting the Lagna. So surely Rahu is also creating opportunities of high increments and higher value addition coming from service, working in larger organization. And this is also given strength because Rahu's 9th aspect is on the 5th house. The 5th house is the 8th house to the 10th house. So a change coming in terms of career, gains, working in larger organization, moving into larger brands is also coming, because Saturn's 10th aspect is also going to be on Scorpio sign in the 5th house. So Rahu's 7th aspect is on the 5th house. Jupiter's 7th aspect is on the 5th house of change. Rahu's 9th aspect is on the 5th house, and Saturn's 10th aspect is on the 5th house. So gains coming in even from long distance travel. So an opportunity may come where you may also have to move or work away from the current place of work even in another city. For some of you, even foreign lands may come in, or moving into another multinational corporation. That opportunity is also coming in. Now, important thing is Jupiter's mutual aspect with Ketu will continue till next year, mid-May. But Ketu will be transiting away from the Virgo sign in March. So, till March, at least for the next 10 months, they will be under mutual aspect. Now, Ketu creates opportunities of change whichever sign it moves in. Now, when Jupiter moves into the 11th house and Ketu and Jupiter are in mutual aspect, which means in the third house of communication, self-effort. So, those people who have their own businesses, maybe they are influencers, Ketu is creating an opportunity for change, and Jupiter is expanding your social connect. So this is an opportunity where you may also be able to do better if you are already in a work where you are working for yourself rather than somebody else. But if you're planning to move away from current service and do something of your own, then it won't be easy unless you work really hard for it. Because Ketu is placed in the third house of self-effort, influencing marketing. So this is not going to be an easy year for Cancer ascendant natives from a perspective of starting something of your own, but continuing to do work, but expanding your social network and hugely influencing number of people. Health may be a concern for some of you, especially because of Jupiter's aspect being on the Capricorn sign, and the ruler of Capricorn, Saturn, being in the 8th house. So some health concerns may come, but it may be most important for students. This next year is going to be important for students because Rahu is in the 9th house of education, of learning. But the biggest challenge or change in education and a number of other factors may come in from Jupiter's 7th aspect going to be on the 5th house of basic education from school till grad or graduation, and Rahu's aspect also being on that, and Saturn's aspect also being on that. So change in romantic liaison may also come in, change in educational factors may also come in for students, and change also in re-looking at relations may come because Jupiter's aspect is not only on the 5th house of romance but also on the 7th house of others and also relationships. So because Ketu's 5th aspect is also going to be on the Capricorn sign, so surely getting into a new relationship may also come by for people who are of Cancer ascendant native. So this is a good period overall for Cancer ascendant natives to get into a new relationship, to catch up on new opportunities and moving up the corporate ladder. Only thing is, remember that Saturn will be retrograde from June 30 this year till mid-November, and Jupiter will be retrograde from beginning of October till beginning of February, and Saturn will be retrograde from June, roughly end of June to mid-November. So that is a period of slightly slackening for you. Now for Leo ascendant natives, Jupiter will be transiting into the Taurus sign, into your 10th house. And this is important because the moment Jupiter moves into the 10th house in the Taurus sign, it will be moving away from the third aspect of Saturn, which it was in almost throughout the last year when Jupiter was transiting into Aries. So now Jupiter moved away from the third aspect, the clutches of Saturn, and into the 10th house of career, into the money sign of Taurus. So this may be a very good period for people who have been trying to make an improvement in their career, make an improvement in how you look at your service, make an improvement how you look at moving into a different organization as well. So that those opportunities are being created. Jupiter is expanding your role. Jupiter is expanding the designation that you may also be getting. So surely promotion may be on the card for some of you. However, promotion may be coming at the cost of higher increment. So either you get a very good increment or a decent increment, but the promotion may not come to some of you, or promotion may be offered, but with not much substantial increments. So keep that in mind. Now, this is important because Ketu is placed in your 2nd house of income and aspecting Jupiter. So Jupiter will be expanding opportunity of income through your work, how you perform at work, but Ketu will keep a tight lid on it. Now, this is important also because on one hand, Jupiter's place in the 10th house, but Jupiter is also aspecting your 6th house of service in the sign where it gets debilitated. But the other aspect, an important one, is Jupiter's 7th aspect is on the Scorpio sign and the 4th house, where Saturn's 10th aspect is also there. And Rahu's ninth aspect is also on your fourth house. So what it is doing is, it is creating an opportunity of bringing about a change or upheaval, a good one, in your domestic life. So either some of you may think of getting married or settling into a relationship or buying a new property, buying a new asset also, because Jupiter's seventh aspect is a good aspect, is on your fourth house of domestic life, but in the sign of Scorpio. So good change may come by. However, the good change may also come by with something which may not be something which you may overlook because of Jupiter's aspect on the fourth house. So surely there may be a gain coming for you. So surely a gain may be coming for you, but you have to watch out for something which we call the fine print. Don't miss the fine print, because Saturn's 10th aspect is also on the fourth house. So overall, a good period for gains coming in, from increments, for promotions, for moving up the career ladder, surely for you ascendant natives. And with Rahu's continued aspect on the 12th house, so some of you may also get opportunities of going abroad or going to foreign lands. And domestic life is surely of the essence here. However, keep in mind that Saturn will be retrograding or going retrograde from end of June till beginning or mid of November, and Jupiter will go retrograde from beginning of October till beginning of February. So those are the watch out months for you where things will slacken down. Now, for those people who are Virgo rising sign, this is a very important transit for you for maybe 2 or 3 reasons. One, Ketu will continue to remain in your Lagna till March next year. So when Jupiter moves into the Taurus sign, into your 9th house, 2 things are happening. One, Jupiter is being released from the clutches of Saturn. So especially for those people who are looking at a relationship, because Jupiter also rules your 7th house, but also rules your 4th house of domestic life. Those who are thinking of settling into a new relationship, settling into a new domestic life, because of Saturn's third aspect, you are not able to. Jupiter moving away from the clutches means Jupiter is also moving away from the nervousness, the fears that you had of getting into a new relationship. So Saturn aspect is not going to be on Jupiter. Jupiter is moving into the 9th house of gain. So through a relationship, through establishing a domestic life, you also get gains. This is especially true for women who have been thinking of either a change in the status quo of your relationship. If you have been in the relationship and you thought that was not serving you, so change in the status quo in that may come about. Or if you have been single for a long time, so change in the status quo of remaining single may come about, because Jupiter moving into the 9th house of gains, aspecting your Lagna, is also creating that opportunity. And this is also important because Ketu also brings about a change in the status quo. So Ketu's aspect falling on Jupiter when it is a 7th lord is also bringing about a change in the status quo in your relationship status, especially because Ketu and Jupiter are going to be in mutual aspect at least till next year March. Now what is important is also to see that while Jupiter aspects the Lagna, so surely through the relationship a move up in your social status or an opportunity of moving up and getting renewed or very high degree of social recognition may also come by for you. Why high social recognition? Because Jupiter is aspecting your Lagna and Ketu is aspecting Jupiter in the 9th house of gains, but also the money sign of Taurus. So prosperity coming about because of moving into a new relationship, and stability coming in your life because of that new renewed relationship, new partnership that you may be getting in. For some, higher education also is possible for those people who, especially who are young and who want to do the higher degree qualification, that may come by for you. Now, most important thing in this whole equation is one, Rahu being in the 7th house. So the relationship may come in from another country. So whichever country you are presently in, the person may travel from the other country and come to your country, or the other way around. The person may still be from your country rather than from another country, because Jupiter also rules your 7th house and going into the 9th house of long distance travel. So may come from your country but travel long distance to be with you, and vice versa. And the other important aspect is all three, Saturn, Rahu and Jupiter, all three will be aspecting your 3rd house, but in the sign of Scorpio. So change, transformation of how you do service, how you work, how you do relationship, how you're looking at higher learning and education, all of that is getting created and a new opportunity is also being created for you. And that can also be through romance. That is, you have been thinking about somebody, you've been thinking that maybe this person makes sense to me, liking a person and then getting into a relationship. However, be careful of who that person is going to be, because remember, the third house from Virgo is the Scorpio sign. So whichever is your third house, that brings in opportunities for higher work that you need to do. Whichever is your 11th house sign, you will make more gains. So for Virgo people, you may make more gains from the people who are of Cancer's a rising sign for you. But you may also have troubles regularly from people who are of the Scorpio sign or related to the Scorpio sign, or people who are working in the professions connected to Scorpio sign. So keep this in mind. But overall, the year is going to be very good. Partnerships are accentuated. Move up the career ladder is also accentuated. But where you are getting gains from, where you're taking up a large social cause and you're trying to reach out to millions, that is getting strongly accentuated. That is being expanded because of Jupiter's aspect on the Virgo sign. So this is a good opportunity overall for service, for relationship, for starting something new, because it is the third house. So starting something new for masses. If you're starting something new for masses, then it is going to be good, especially because Rahu's fifth aspect is going to be on the 11th house. So if you're doing something, starting something for the masses, maybe in a partnership with somebody, or getting education where you can reach out to millions of people, something that great that you want to do, very, very good period for you. Remember that Saturn will be going retrograde from mid-June or end of June till mid-November, and Jupiter will be going retrograde from early October till next year, February. So that will be a time of slackening for you. Now for Libra as a rising sign people, Libra ascendant natives, Jupiter will be moving into your 8th house, into the money sign of Taurus. However, it is going to be under the mutual aspect of Ketu from the 12th house of waste and excess. So Jupiter now is putting a lid on higher waste and excess for you. So if you have been spending too much money, Jupiter is saying, open your eyes, relook at your expenses, put some money away, save some money for a rainy day, do something better for long term. This is especially true because Jupiter's 7th aspect is now going to be on the Scorpio sign. However, what is important is Saturn's 10th aspect is going to be on the Scorpio sign in the 2nd house of increment remuneration, and Rahu's 9th aspect is going to be there. So for some of you, for Libra rising sign people, because Jupiter is aspecting your 12th house and Ketu is placed there, so an opportunity of a change in working for multinational corporations, going abroad is also getting activated. But Jupiter being in the 8th house, which means this is not going to be easy. You have to work hard for it. However, the opportunity surely getting created because Jupiter's aspect, Saturn's aspect and Rahu's aspect from the sign, from the 6th house of service is going to be on the 2nd house of income. So that may also come about. Some of you may also look at investing money in real estate. Some of you may purchase land. Some of you may also buy houses. However, it may be from a loan that you take up. But be careful of what kind of loan you take up, because Rahu is in the 6th house of debts and aspecting your 2nd house of income, remuneration, earnings. So that may put a lid on your earning, which means you will be spending substantial amount of your earnings on EMIs or payouts. So a lot of money may not remain in your hand, but this is not a bad change if you are making a good investment. Only thing is, be careful of where you sign on the dotted line because of Rahu getting involved here and Saturn also getting involved here. But the most important thing is the 2nd house of the sign of Scorpio, change, upheaval. So surely this is a period where you have to watch out for. Some of the people may want to establish a new house, new domestic life. Especially women will relook at the relationship. But with Saturn in the 5th house of romance, be careful of whether you're not jumping into or rushing into a relationship, because this could be a placement where you have been in the relationship for some time and now you think, okay, I need to get married this year. So rethink on that and before you take the step. The other thing is that Saturn will going to remain retrograde from end of June till mid of November, and Jupiter will go retrograde from beginning of October to beginning of February next year. So those will be a slightly slackening period for Libra ascendant natives. Now for Scorpio ascendant natives, Jupiter is going to transit into a 7th house in the money sign of Taurus. So for a number of you, gains may come in from making a change in your job or service, because Jupiter rules the fifth house. Fifth house is the eighth house to the 10th house, and Jupiter is the fifth lord is moving into the seventh house, which means new teamwork, new teams, new partnership, new relationships may also come by. So some of you may find new attraction connected to work. Some of you may find new attraction after you change work, or after you move in a new department, or after you move in a new team. And for some of you, this may also be good, because this may also bring you gains, because Jupiter is going to aspect your Lagna also. However, Jupiter moving into the 7th house and aspecting Ketu in mutual aspect in the 11th house. So this could be a good change also, moving up the corporate ladder in a larger organization. That is also coming up and moving into a larger organization and moving into a larger team, and also getting responsibility of the team as well, if you are somebody who is in a senior role. And through that, the status increases, because for Scorpio sign, all three are aspecting your Lagna. Saturn is aspecting the Lagna with the 10th aspect. Rahu is aspecting the Lagna with its 9th aspect. So gains were coming in, but Saturn was putting a lid on it, was stopping it, especially while Jupiter remained in your Aries sign. Saturn's third aspect was on Jupiter, but now Jupiter has moved away from the clutches of Saturn and now aspecting the Lagna. And because all three aspecting the Lagna, so surely an opportunity, because Rahu's, especially Rahu's aspect, 9th aspect is from the 5th house of change. So change may also come in, and strong opportunity of change surely is coming up, rising up in status. However, for some of you, the rising up in status may also come in from traveling long distance and then settling into a new job. But with Saturn remaining in the 4th house, this will not be easy. Settling into a new role, new home may not be easy. So keep an eye out for what kind of opportunities you are taking up if you are going to make the move. Rahu being in the 5th house, so surely an opportunity of a new relationship is coming in, especially from the 5th lord Jupiter moving into the 7th house. So some of you may meet somebody who may also be more affluent than you, maybe better looking than you, maybe more sophisticated, in a better place in society. But that may also be a little misleading for you. Don't rush into those relationships, because those relationships may fail within months if you're not careful. So take it slow, take it easy. Don't rush into something. Don't rush into relationship or getting married. Even if you know somebody, rethink. Sit down with the person, look at common goals before you take that step forward. So overall, a period of change, status up, gains, relationship being accentuated, societal gains being accentuated with Ketu placed under the mutual aspect of Jupiter. Once Jupiter moves into Taurus, so social gains are coming in, making new relationship is also coming by for you. Keep in mind that Saturn will be going retrograde from end of June till mid-November, and Jupiter will be going retrograde from the beginning of October to beginning of February next year. So that will be a period of slightly slackening for you. Now for Sagittarius ascendant natives, Jupiter is the Lagna lord and going to move away from your 5th house into your 6th house, but in the money sign of Taurus and in the house of service, the 6th house. So here, Jupiter is creating opportunities of better service, better roles, better designation, even the promotion connected to career. Why career? Because Ketu has been in your Virgo sign in the 10th house since almost 6 months now. But Jupiter was under the third aspect of Saturn in the 5th house. So Jupiter's remaining in the 5th house for almost throughout the year, last year. And the 5th house is also the 8th to the 10th house. So Saturn's third aspect was not allowing the change or increment or promotion from coming by. But when Jupiter will move away from the Aries sign into the Taurus sign, it will move away from the third aspect of Saturn. And now from the 6th house will be aspecting the 10th house. So Jupiter and Ketu will be in mutual aspect. Ketu is a harbinger of change. It brings about a status quo change. And Jupiter will be aspecting Ketu, which means a change brought about by prosperity, by good increments may also come by for you, especially with Rahu also being in the sign of Pisces. So for a number of you, you may either work in foreign lands, move into foreign brands. Some of you may even look at moving away to foreign lands and make foreign lands your home also, so that opportunity is also being created for you. And important thing is because Jupiter's ninth aspect is going on the second house of income. So Jupiter will also is trying to expand your remunerations, expand your ability to be able to get a higher remuneration, higher earning also. So this is important. The only thing is Jupiter, Rahu, as well as Saturn. So Jupiter, Rahu and Saturn, all three are aspecting. Jupiter with the 7th aspect, Rahu with his 9th aspect, and Saturn with his 10th aspect. They're all aspecting the 12th house. But in the sign of Scorpio, the sign of change. So Saturn is slowing down change for you. Jupiter is accentuating it. Rahu is saying, please do it and do it immediately if it's possible. But this may also bring about the change, whichever change you make it. If you make a change in your domestic life, investing in some things, investing in maybe land or house or property or even in stocks, that may bring about high expenses for you. Saturn may be protective of their expenses, but Rahu's 9th aspect, which means trying to make gains and then getting into a wrong contract, getting into a wrong relationship, that may also happen. So be on the watch out. Some of you may go to foreign lands and meet somebody there, maybe from your own country, but working in foreign lands, and then you try to establish a home or domestic life with them. That may also happen. Some of you may also meet that person connected to work, because Jupiter is moving into the 6th house, aspecting Jupiter while also aspecting your 2nd house, but Jupiter rules the 4th house of domestic life. But Jupiter also being the Lagna Lord. So overall, this year is going to be, or this transit for Sagittarius ascendant natives will bring about good profitability, high status, high increments, moving to foreign lands, foreign opportunity, but career may be under the most important focus for Sagittarius ascendant native. Surely an opportunity of a good career change, a new opportunity of re-looking at the role, re-looking at the teams, re-looking at the department is also coming by for you. Just keep in mind that Saturn will be going retrograde from end of June this year to mid-November, and Jupiter will be going retrograde from early October till early February next year. So that will be a period of slackening and slowing down for you. Now for Capricorn ascendant natives, Jupiter is going to move away from your 4th house, away from the 3rd aspect of Saturn, which it remained almost throughout the last year, at least from when it's transited into Aries, and moving into the 5th house of gain. This is a fantastic placement, it's a fantastic transit for all Capricorn ascendant natives, because a number of things which were stagnant, were not moving, will suddenly start moving. Jupiter moving away from the 3rd aspect of Saturn, moving into the 5th house of gains, and then aspecting your 9th house of gains, aspecting the 11th house of higher gains from your social network, moving up the career ladder, working for larger organizations, working for better roles is also getting accentuated, and Jupiter's 9th aspect of higher gains in the Lagna itself. Mind you, because it is the sign of Capricorn where Jupiter gets debilitated. So that is the only thing which is going to affect how much of a prosperity, how much of a gains this transit of Jupiter is going to bring to you. However, still a very good opportunity. Good gains may also come for you. Gains may not be the biggest because of Ketu remaining in your 9th house and aspecting your Lagna, but also mutually aspecting Jupiter. However, if you really worked hard, then Saturn remaining in your 2nd house, which means there may at least be some increment and a good increment, but the higher or better opportunity for you is moving up the status. So even if the increment is not very strong, at least moving up in your status is surely getting accentuated. That moving up in the status is surely getting accentuated because of something very, very important, which doesn't happen regularly, which is your 11th house of social connection, social network, and getting better respect, better even adulation or following from the larger world, from the larger social network. That is getting accentuated with Jupiter's 7th aspect on the 11th house, Saturn's 10th aspect on the 11th house, and Rahu's 9th aspect on the 11th house. However, because Jupiter will be transiting from the 5th house, and Rahu will be aspecting the 11th house, but from Jupiter's sign of Pisces. So some of you may find a new romantic liaison. Maybe some of you may find it within your organization also, from another department, and then you may get into a relationship with that person also. But be little careful, because Ketu's 5th aspect is going to remain on the 10th house. So surely Be careful of who you get into a relationship, because Jupiter's aspect is also on your Lagna. So overall, a period where a change is getting accentuated, change in service, change in job, change in increment. Surely money is going to be of the essence for a number of you. Money is going to be something which will be of concern for you. Changes also, maybe new investments are also coming by for you. And Jupiter's aspect on the Lagna surely moving up. Jupiter, Rahu and Saturn aspect on the 11th house. So an opportunity of a change and upheaval, because it is going to be in the Scorpio sign, with relation to your social network is also going to come by for you. So overall, this is going to be a period of gains from your social network, from your romantic liaison, from long distance travel also, from getting higher degrees also. But if you are going to work hard for it and you are going to remain stable, increments money increments not be the highest, but status increments and societal increments, getting into new relations, getting to new equations, which should then be in the future come very good for you, is surely happening for Capricorn rising sign people. Keep in mind that for Jupiter is going to be retrograde from beginning of October till beginning of February next year, and Saturn will be retrograde from end of June this year till mid-November. So that will be a period of slightly slackening for you. Now for Aquarius rising sign people, Jupiter will be moving away from your 3rd house into your 4th house. So for entire last year, Jupiter was under the 3rd aspect of Saturn. So Saturn had its strong grip on Jupiter, and Jupiter didn't have much freedom to be able to bring about its changes, bring about its prosperity, bringing about its effect. So especially related to income, which is Pisces sign ruled by Jupiter, and the 9th sign, or the Sagittarius sign, or the 11th house for Aquarius rising sign people, that was put on hold. So getting higher gains from societal network, getting higher gains in your remuneration, in increments, in your livelihood was almost stagnated because of Saturn's aspect continuing to be in Jupiter while it was in Aries. But now that Jupiter is going to move into the 4th house, so Jupiter is accentuating home life, domestic life, investments, assets. So because Jupiter expands and brings prosperity, so number of you may either some big purchase is surely going to happen for a number of you, or for a majority of you. Either home changes, home improvement, investing in a new home, investing in land, buying a car, buying something big, maybe new conveniences, or improving the general condition of the house. You may purchase 3 or 4 items of convenience. For example, a new air conditioner in your bedroom or your living room, buying new furniture, doing up your house, buying up curtains. So a complete change of scenario in home, or where you make home, or even moving to foreign lands, because Jupiter's 9th aspect of gains is in the 12th house. But because it is Capricorn sign, so you be a little careful of where you make the change, especially because Saturn will continue to remain in your Lagna till March at least next year. So Saturn is slowing down those results, and Saturn is saying be more careful of where you make the change, especially if you're making the change connected to career. Why career? Because Jupiter's 7th aspect is on the Scorpio sign in the 10th house. Rahu's 9th aspect is on the career house, but in the Scorpio sign on the 10th house, and Saturn's 10th aspect is also on the Scorpio sign in the 10th house. So career is getting accentuated. Jupiter is expanding the opportunity of moving into a new job, moving up into a new opportunity also for you, especially for those who have worked hard, with Saturn being in the Lagna and aspecting your 10th house since last year, January. So surely this is accentuated, especially because Rahu's 9th aspect of gains is also there. So some of you may even make home in foreign lands, or take up new opportunities, or take up new roles in your job, in your current organization, or even outside. So home is accentuated, and strongly, very, very strongly, career is also accentuated. Some of you may find some liaison, some connect in your work, or a partner connected to work, a new person connected to work, or if you've already been or met somebody at work connected to work. Especially for women, you may think about settling down in the relationship, also committing into the relationship, or even acknowledging that relationship socially if you have been more discreet about it. Some of you may even take the step of going ahead and getting married. However, be careful, because Rahu remains in your second house, and Rahu is in the sign of Pisces, which is ruled by Jupiter, and it is the 12th sign in the Kalpurush, which is the house of waste and excess. So be careful of who you commit and get into a relationship with also, especially because of Ketu's continued mutual aspect on Jupiter remaining almost till March next year. Now keep in mind that for most of us, for all of us, Saturn will be going retrograde from end of June till mid-November, and Jupiter will be retrograding from early October till early February next year. So that will be a period of slightly slackening for us. Now for Pisces rising sign people, those who belong to the Pisces ascendant sign, Jupiter will be moving away from the second house in the Aries sign and moving away from the third aspect of Saturn, moving away from the clutches of Saturn and moving into your third house, but in the money sign. This is a very good positive avenue for those people who are wanting to do something of their own, and for some reason it was being held back. Some of you may continue in your service, but you may get more independence, or maybe getting more authority in doing your own thing. Some of you may get new teams. So surely a change in how you work, a change in your status, a change in what kind of authority you get, a change in how much independence you get is also coming by. Especially for those people who work in large organizations, in multinational corporations. Why multinational corporations? Because Jupiter's ninth aspect of gains is in the 11th house of bigger brands, larger brands, and Saturn being your 11th lord is in the 12th house of foreign land. So surely that is getting accentuated. And important thing is Rahu is translating through your Lagna. So foreign lands, foreign opportunities, foreign companies, foreign consulting is also getting accentuated strongly. Now the important thing is Rahu's 7th aspect is on the Scorpio sign in the 9th house of long distance travel. Rahu's 9th aspect is on the 9th house. Jupiter's 7th aspect is on the 9th house in Scorpio sign. And Saturn's 10th aspect is on the Scorpio sign in the 9th house. So all Saturn, Rahu and Jupiter, all three are aspecting the Scorpio sign of change, of upheaval, but in the 9th house of long distance travel and gains. So this means long distance travel is getting accentuated if you plan well, if you really worked hard for it, you have planned well, then that may also come by for you. For some of you, there may be a sudden opportunity which comes in to move to a new company, to move into a multinational company. So think about it. It may be a very good opportunity, but think long and hard before you make the change, because Jupiter is moving into the money sign of Taurus. So for some of you, it may be a good opportunity moving up in the career ladder also, because Rahu is in the Lagna aspecting the Scorpio sign with this 9th aspect of gains, when Jupiter is also aspecting that, and Saturn is also aspecting. Here Jupiter being the 10th lord, and then aspecting the Scorpio sign of gains with Rahu and Saturn also aspecting this. So surely something is bound to happen in your career, new opportunities, increments, even a promotion may come by. And for some of you, even increments may come by. The other thing is Ketu will remain in your 7th house, but Ketu and Jupiter will now be mutually aspecting each other. So for Pisces rising sign people, there may be an opportunity of a renewed relook at relationship. For some people, Ketu going into the 7th house is surely an opportunity or changing the status quo. Now, Jupiter moving into the 3rd house and getting into mutual aspect with Ketu, which means some women may look at the relationship and how you're looking at relationship. Men may look at the relationship with a renewed look from a career point of view, getting into new roles, moving away from the current location that you're working in. So those may bring about how you look at relationship. So for men, if you've been in a relationship where you're not very strongly committed, and if there is an opportunity of change, then that may become a stressful factor for you on your relationship front. For women, you may be re-looking at, if you've been dating somebody and you're wanting to make a strong commitment, even getting married, you have to rethink whether you want to surely go ahead with the relationship or not before you make the commitment. So surely these opportunities are getting strongly getting connected for you, because Jupiter being your Lagna lord and Jupiter also aspecting 11th house of societal gains, societal reputation also. So your reputation may also be under the scanner depending on what kind of relationship changes that make, especially for women. Keep in mind that Saturn will go retrograde from end of June till mid-November, and Jupiter will be retrograde from early October till early February next year. So that will be a slackening period or time slackening for you. So friends, now that we have seen how Jupiter's transit into Taurus sign in early May or 1st of May roughly will bring about different opportunities, different possibilities for different rising sign people, do look into what doshas or yogas or aspects Jupiter is placed in apart from the other planets, because those will also bring in their own favor. So friends, please like this video, share this video, and if you're looking for a personal consultation from me, please reach out to me at the links given below. Until some other time with some other video, this is your friend astrologer and guide Irfan signing off. Ciao.